Would you rather have a wall or a smartphone? If you had to pick between going out to the mobile store to purchase a phone versus going out to the hardware store to purchase a wall, what would you choose? Well, maybe some numbers will help your decision here. The smartphone industry was valued at $457 billion in 2021. That is a lot of money. Now, the wall industry, well, figures were hard to find, but let's maybe call it the construction sector, where in 2019 it was a $1.4 trillion industry. Now, how many walls were sold during that time? We would have to call in experts, and the budget doesn't allow for that. Ordering walls aren't that easy as they don't quite fit in shopping carts, and I highly doubt that they qualify for free online shipping. So I'll pick for you and choose a smartphone instead of a wall. You might be asking where the direction of this video is going, but I promise you that it is not relevant in your life. What do you mean? Technono brings me back to the days of simplicity. Well, not always, as we will see here. The year is 1965. Malcolm X is assassinated. The civil rights movement in Alabama is fierce, spawning off frustrations amongst Black Americans that reach Los Angeles and result in the Watts riots. The Gambia, Maldives, and Singapore all gained their independence, and the carousel projector is fully in effect. Photography was a booming business in 1965. To fuel its popularity, the carousel projector was invented. 30 years prior, Kodak developed the 35mm slide. Before 35mm's existence, capturing color involved heavy glass plates, tripods, long exposures, and a lengthy development process, all with the likelihood of a subpar image. Thanks to Kodachrome, which didn't require nearly as much light, and the 35mm slide, and the electric projector, the improvement in quality skyrocketed. One may be asking themselves, what was the need for a carousel projector? To answer this question, we need to fast forward to the modern era. The year is 2004, and technology is incrementally taking over our lives, and thus, digital media is the direction that photographers and amateurs are migrating to. Couple this with the internet technology globally being adopted in homes and workplaces, the development of a place to store images and share them online was needed and created. A Canadian company called Ludicorp created Flickr, a popular website for users to share and embed personal photographs while engaging with an online community. The success of this platform led Yahoo to acquire the company and begin a social media march. Within the next year, sites such as MySpace, Facebook, and YouTube were developed, and all these sites had the ability to upload personal images. Anyone with an active account could go onto your page and view media from a wedding or a special trip that you yourself had uploaded. Now rewind back to the 60s. This technology obviously didn't exist, and so when you wanted to share your favorite memories from your recent expedition, you needed a projector. What would happen is you would have your camera negatives turned into slides, which you would then load into a slide machine. Remember the question at the beginning of this video, which would you prefer, a wall or a smartphone? Well, the answer to that would win the prize on a game show, as the correct answer is a wall. A big white wall. Those slides would be projected onto the surface of the wall, and bam! All your friends and family could view all your moments from your adventures. Now, the question asked before was, what was the need for a carousel projector? Well, the old projectors were fun, but cumbersome.
Oh man. I don't know what the heck is wrong.
Each slide had to be placed inside by hand until rectangular trays were designed to hold them in position. Even so, the slides often jammed or tumbled out if the trays were dropped. An Italian-American inventor showed Kodak his design for a circular tray, which fed slides into the projector automatically at the click of a button without jamming. The company offered to buy it, and the rest is history. Kodak finessed the design and introduced the new projector in the United States in spring of 1962 as the Carousel. 80 slides non-stop was one of the advertising slogans. It loads as easily as a piggy bank, claimed the ad. It locks against spilling. It lets you edit as you go, and it stores like a book when the show is over. The projector itself looked cheerfully technocratic in a monochrome case with clear visible vents to show the complexity of the machine and a buoyant flash of red and yellow in Kodak's corporate logo. The Carousel checked many of the boxes of a successful 1960s consumer product. It was more convenient than its predecessors and was designed in a swaggy style that hinted at technological statesmanship. Critically, it combined the chance to show off for whoever was clicking the button with an opportunity for self-expression. Millions of people use their carousels to tell their own versions of their life stories or their families, just as aristocrats had done for centuries by commissioning artists to commemorate their personal landmarks. No wonder so many of us, well, at least those of us that are over the age of 30, have vivid memories of watching family slideshows on Kodak carousels and of the individual slides that came to define our perceptions of the past. Fast forward again to our modern day, where everything is done online and in particular on our smartphones. We all have the capacity to project our pictures not just to a wall, but to a world on demand. Companies such as Facebook and Facebook-owned Instagram or Snapchat are the leading mediums to show how wonderful our latest vacation was, or our newest fashion, or our tastiest recipe. Total users a month for just Instagram is roughly at 1 billion, and Snapchat hovers around 332 million users. These numbers don't even include the user base of Facebook, which trumps both of them by billions. I can assure you that Kodak didn't sell nearly as many carousels as Instagram and Snapchat users, although it was a global success. With the newly developed photo sharing sites, Kodak stopped production of these carousel projectors in 2004. Revolutionary at the time, they obviously no longer made any sense to have, as they developed slide scanners that were able to turn your old slides into digital images that could then be uploaded to the metaverse. So, in closing, Kodak brought the world a product that humanity has been served well by. But as life progresses, typically so do the tools, and so the spaceship-looking carousel slide projector is now known as Technono. Will you choose a wall, or will you choose a smartphone? Your best choice will be Technono. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to be notified of nostalgia within the tech industry.